Counting on star Jessa Duggar has been blasted by fans over her messy home. After posting a photo of her 3 children, Spurgeon, who is 4 years old, Henry, who is 3 years old, and Ivy Jane, who is 8 months old, sitting on her doorway surrounded by pine needles, the 27-year-old was subjected to trolling. Some people called Jessa lazy for not sweeping the front stairs, while others commented on how nice the photo was. Where is Kendra and her broom? Can't they just sweep or power wash it? One person who bullied online wrote. Another troll added in a mean-spirited way, "This is the home of a woman who is too lazy to throw out diapers." However, others came to Jessa's defense, with one person claiming, "Hold on, are people really saying that some pine needles on your front steps are something to be embarrassed about? I suppose I truly don't meet the standards, haha." The outrage came after Jessa gave followers a tour of self-confessed messy $100,000 home in Fayetteville, Arkansas. She remarked behind the camera in the YouTube video, "This is our untidy house. When the house is clean, we will do another tour. To begin with, we are going to clean an untidy house in real life." She started the tour in the kitchen, where she pointed out the cardboard boxes on the floor and the clothing that were hanging on the chairs at the kitchen table. The living room floor was also covered in Jessa's son's toy vehicles and books. Even though it was February, the reality star and her husband Ben, who have been married for 5 years, still had their Christmas tree up. She stated of the other rooms, "They're probably messy because we haven't cleaned them today." Spurgeon then took the viewers into the bathroom and showed them the toilet, which was clogged with toilet paper that he had packed into it. The mattresses in the children's room were unmade and toys were strewn all around the room, which also serves as Ben's workplace. Since their marriage, Jessa and Ben have been living at the home in Fayetteville. In today's world of social media, where every snapshot and status update can spark a storm of controversy, it's not surprising that even the smallest of family moments can be taken out of context, misjudged, and turned into fodder for online criticism. For Jessa Duggar, a popular figure from the TLC reality show 19 Kids and Counting, a recent social media post ignited just such a backlash. The post, which showed her 3 young children sitting among pine needles in their backyard, quickly caught the attention of her followers, but not for the reasons she might have expected. The image, meant to be a casual and lighthearted family moment, sparked an unexpected and heated debate about parenting standards, cleanliness, and the judgment that celebrities and public figures face every time they post something online. Within hours, Jessa was slammed for what many perceived as a messy home, with commenters questioning her parenting skills and the apparent neglect her children seemed to face. This incident raises larger questions about the pressures of living under the scrutiny of the public eye, as well as how social media often becomes a platform for judgment rather than understanding. The post that sparked the controversy. Jessa Duggar, known for her appearances on the reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting, shared a seemingly innocent photo of her children playing in their backyard. In the image, her 3 kids, Spurgeon, Henry, and Ivy, were sitting among a patch of pine needles, their clothes casually messy and their surroundings looking more natural than pristine. For many parents, this would be a typical snapshot, children playing outdoors, enjoying nature, and getting a little dirty. It's not unusual for kids to climb trees, sit on the grass, or gather around outdoor elements like leaves, dirt, or even pine needles. But in Jessa's case, what should have been an endearing moment was met with harsh criticism. The first reactions to the photo came from a faction of her followers who criticized the state of her backyard, calling it messy and neglectful. Many commenters pointed out the presence of pine needles scattered across the ground, seemingly questioning the cleanliness of the area and, by extension, Jessa's parenting choices. Others were quick to make sweeping judgments about her level of care for her children, citing the unkempt space as evidence of a lack of attention to detail or basic household responsibilities. Critics quickly began to criticize Jessa for letting her children sit in such an environment, even suggesting that it was unsafe for them to be surrounded by potentially sharp objects or things that could cause harm. The backlash was swift, with some individuals questioning whether Jessa's lifestyle had become too relaxed or lazy for someone who is in the public eye, particularly given the Duggar family's previous reputation for being highly organized and structured. The judgments and accusations. At the heart of the backlash was an undercurrent of judgment about Jessa's parenting. Critics who called her lazy based their opinions on the perceived disorderliness of the photo. The standard of cleanliness and orderliness often associated with the Duggar family was put in direct contrast with this seemingly chaotic scene. To many who followed the Duggars' reality show, the image didn't align with the family's carefully curated public persona. The term lazy was particularly prominent in the comments. Some social media users seemed to take issue not just with the messiness of the photo, but also with the idea that Jessa had not taken the time to clean up the space for her children's safety and comfort. For these people, it wasn't just about a messy backyard, it was about how that mess reflected her approach to motherhood and whether she was living up to societal expectations of what a good mother should be. The accusation of laziness is not new when it comes to online parenting debates. In today's world, parents are constantly scrutinized for the smallest actions, from the way they dress their children to how tidy their homes are. It seems as though every decision made by a public figure, especially one with as many followers as Jessa, is under a microscope. However, the reality of motherhood is often much more complex than the image presented online. For Jessa Duggar, the pressures of being a public figure with a growing family must be immense. Balancing the demands of raising children, maintaining a public profile, and dealing with the constant scrutiny of followers is undoubtedly exhausting. Yet, the reaction to her post ignored these complexities and focused only on what was visible in the image, a snapshot of her children, enjoying nature, and yes, surrounded by pine needles. The other side, defenders of Jessa Duggar. While the criticism against Jessa was loud and vocal, there were also plenty of supporters who came to her defense. These defenders argued that the photo was simply a moment of childhood joy, one that shouldn't be judged so harshly. Many pointed out that it's natural for kids to get messy, especially when playing outside, and that the idea of children sitting in pine needles shouldn't be framed as some sort of parental failure. Some even argued that the post was an authentic portrayal of family life, showing the Duggar children in a real, unfiltered moment. For these supporters, the post was a refreshing reminder that not every family has to maintain a perfectly clean, organized environment to be considered good parents. In fact, many parents shared their own messy, unfiltered photos in solidarity with Jessa, emphasizing that they too allow their children to play freely in the dirt and nature without worrying about maintaining a spotless yard. One comment on Jessa's post read, "This is real life, not a Pinterest board. Let them play and explore. That's what childhood is all about." Another user echoing this sentiment said, "We need to stop shaming moms for letting their kids get dirty. They're happy and safe. That's what matters." In many ways, this response highlighted a larger issue in parenting culture, the pressure to uphold an idealized version of what it means to be a parent. The rise of social media and platforms like Instagram and Facebook has led to a constant stream of perfect family moments, neatly curated to show the best sides of parents and children. In this world, imperfections are often hidden or overlooked. Yet in reality, these imperfections are what make life rich and meaningful. Messy backyards, dirty clothes, and spontaneous moments of play are a part of what makes childhood so special. The dangers of online judgment. One of the most significant aspects of this controversy is the way in which online judgment can spiral out of control. Social media platforms have become breeding grounds for quick, often unthoughtful reactions. Comments are left without context, and people feel emboldened to express their opinions without considering the emotional toll such criticisms may have on the person being targeted. For Jessa Duggar, this public shaming is nothing new. As a member of the Duggar family, she has long been subject to scrutiny for her lifestyle choices, from her large family to her homeschooling approach. While it may come with the territory of fame, being constantly under the microscope can take a significant emotional and mental toll. No one is immune to the effects of online negativity, and public figures like Jessa are no exception. The rush to judge and criticize also underscores a larger cultural issue: the failure to acknowledge the full humanity of others. When we see a photo or a moment shared online, we only get a small piece of someone's life. We don't see the struggles, the behind-the-scenes challenges, or the hard work that goes into being a parent. Yet, it's easy to make assumptions based on a single snapshot. The reality, however, is that parenting is a journey full of ups and downs, and no one has it completely figured out. The larger implications for parenting and public figures. This incident with Jessa Duggar is not just about one family's backyard. It reflects a broader conversation about the expectations placed on parents, especially those who are constantly in the public eye. In an age where social media influences much of our perception of others, the pressure to conform to an idealized version of parenting can be overwhelming. The story also highlights the dangers of creating a perfect image of family life. While social media offers an outlet to share moments of joy and success, it can also perpetuate unrealistic expectations. This leads to a cycle where parents feel the need to portray an image of perfection, often at the cost of their own mental health and well-being. On the other hand, moments like Jessa's photo can be an opportunity for authenticity and connection. The backlash, however, reveals the stark divide between the desire for authenticity and the societal pressure to maintain an image of perfection. It serves as a reminder that in the end, it's the messy moments, the ones that don't fit into the perfect mold, that can often be the most meaningful. Conclusion: Jessa Duggar's photo of her children sitting in pine needles became a symbol of the way social media has changed the way we view parenting, cleanliness, and the pressures of living in the public eye. While some saw it as a reflection of laziness or neglect, others defended Jessa, recognizing the authenticity and joy in the simple act of letting children play freely in nature. In a world where judgment is often instant and harsh, it's important to remember that parenting is not about maintaining an immaculate home or creating a picture-perfect image for social media. It's about creating a loving, safe, and supportive environment for children to thrive in, even if that means getting a little dirty along the way. As the controversy surrounding Jessa Duggar's post proves, the messy moments of life are just as valuable, if not more so, than the polished ones we so often strive to present.